10 will have a team in the playoff regardless. If Michigan wins, they're in. If they lose, all hell will break loose. If it's close loss, I think Michigan's in regardless. But now this is where everything gets interesting, the 3 through 5 seed. Since a two-car accident that has closed the road between Mullins Center and Southwest, Tigers are 5-3 on the season, leaving them out of discussion for the college football playoff. There's a fear among some UMass staff and students about how COVID numbers could increase this week. Coming off of spring break and the lifting of the mask mandate, along with the new BA2 variant, is causing some to concern. The positivity rate of COVID tests here on campus have been declining over the past few weeks. More information will be known later today as UMass tends to release their COVID data on Thursdays. UMass Amherst's decision to lift mask mandates has caused some controversy among students and faculty. Student and faculty are especially concerned about the timing of the decision. The decision comes 1 week after the school-wide St. Patrick's Day celebration in Blarney and just days before students left for spring break. UMass has hired Frank Martin as their next basketball head coach. Martin coached at the University of South Carolina for the past 10 seasons, where he led the Gamecocks to the Final Four in 2017. He was fired by South Carolina on March 14th. Martin replaces former UMass head coach Matt McCall, who coached here for 5 years. Martin's introductory press conference is tomorrow at 11 a.m. The MLB lockout continues as the threat of regular season games getting canceled intensifies. The MLB owners and players are far apart on many issues, including teams in the draft lottery and key financial issues. The MLB has said if a new collective bargaining agreement is not agreed to by later today, regular season games will be canceled. Their season debut against Central Connecticut State at the Mullins Center on Tuesday. The Minutewomen finished last season with 16 wins, led by senior forward Sam Breen, who was voted first team All-A-10 conference this preseason. Sam Breen looks to lead UMass to an A-10 conference championship in her last season after losing the finals last year to VCU. It's currently unknown any injuries or the condition of anyone involved. There are multiple police officers to turn people around by the parking garage lights over there. It's a developing story. We do have an ambulance and a fire truck on scene. We'll tell you more as it develops. The MLB free agent hot stove has been hotter than ever before the upcoming lockout. The Texas Rangers have set a record for the most money ever spent in offseason with $561 million. Their biggest signings have completely transformed their middle infielder. Former Dodger Corey Seager signed a 10-year, $325 million contract with the Rangers. Marcus Semien signed a 7-year, $175 million deal to leave the Blue Jays for the Rangers. The Rangers were not the only team in the AL West to spend. The Seattle Mariners also made a massive move, signing 2021 Cy Young Award winner Robbie Ray to a 5-year, $115 million contract. Lastly, the New York Mets signed Max Scherzer to a 3-year, $130 million contract. The average annual value of the contract, $43.3 million, is the largest ever for a single player in Major League history and is larger than other teams' entire payrolls.
Playoff game.
Thanks, Catherine. The UMass men's ice hockey team will take on the University of Minnesota tomorrow night in Worcester. Minnesota is currently ranked 5th in the country, and they're coming off a 4-3 loss to Michigan in the Big Ten Championship. UMass is coming off a Hockey East Championship win over UConn 2-1 in overtime. The matchup again is 6 p.m. tomorrow at the DCU Center in Worcester. The winner will face the winner of Western Michigan versus Northeastern to clinch a spot in the Frozen Four, which takes place at the TD Garden this year on April 7th and 9th. Trevor Distaso, AWTV, live here at the Mullins Center, the home of the UMass hockey.
Personally, I'm unsure if the Rams will even win their own division. The Rams still play the Titans, Packers, Ravens, and Cardinals this season, with 3 of those games being on the road, while their division rival Cardinals play the Rams at home and travel to Dallas as their hardest games left. I believe the Cardinals will win the NFC West this year.